Hello, I'm Rhonda Buttery and I'm here for Esoteric Technologies. And I'm going to tell you today how to set up the dynamic set for Void of Course Moon. So let's start by screen sharing and turning on our program. And I'm going to start by going into dynamic and I'm going to select a new one. So I'm going to create. And we use anything to start with, so transits of outer planets will do. And now I'm going to edit that new one that I just created, and I'm going to call it Void of Course. Okay, now we're going to create our set. I don't usually worry about the time span when I'm creating a dynamic because every time I use it, I get the option of telling it when I want to start and how long I want to run for, so I don't bother with it. First thing we do, we're going to go into our dynamic method and we're going to edit it because that's nothing that we're looking for. To start with, the dynamic type is going to be transits to transits. And our 7 points are going to be, now this depends on what you consider when you're doing Void of Course Moon. If you only consider the traditional planets, that's all you're going to have in your set, and we'll turn off the others. If you use the modern planets, leave them in and they will be there. And we're going to save that. Now, what aspects do we want to use? Again, if you're using traditional method, you will only use these 5 aspects. You won't use any more. And we're going to save. If you want to use other aspects, include them here. Save. Now we've got our 7 transits and we've got 5 aspects, and the 2 points will be the same. Because we want to know Void of Course, and that depends on when something changes, when the moon changes sign, we need to have sign ingress selected. And I'm going to save that. Okay, so now we're done. I'm going to save the whole set. Okay, there's my set ready for us to run our report. Change the date if I want to, and I'm using the listing option here, and I don't need entering and leaving. So we click run and we can see the progress bar down the bottom as the report is running. And when we're finished, we want the list to be sorted by date moving forward. So the first date should be close. So I've got 1st of August, 2nd of August. So yes, that's all correct. Now, before I start, I'm just going to delete other aspects, other planets making aspect, because they're irrelevant to our search today. Going to click on that moon sextile Jupiter. I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard and it is gone. First of all, I'm coming down to the next change of sign, which is Aries, and the last aspect is Mars. So I'll come back here to the sun and I'm going to delete the sun and Jupiter and Saturn and Venus and Saturn and Mercury and Jupiter. And I'm going to leave Moon opposite Mars before it goes into Aries. And now I'm going to look for the next sign ingress, and I'm going to take out the sun. And the next sign ingress is Gemini. So we delete all of these aspects except the last one before Gemini. Now, just so I don't lose concentration, I'm going to delete the sun there because they come up pretty fast sometimes. So now we're moving on to move to Cancer. We're deleting Saturn, Mercury, Sun, Mars, and leaving Venus. And now we're looking for Leo. We're deleting Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, and leaving Mars. And now Virgo. So I think you get the drift. And what that's going to show me, just continue on for the whole year until all you've got is a planet and a sign, a planet and a sign. So this is telling me that from 1:14 p.m. on the 4th of August 2023, the moon will be void of course, that is its last aspect, until 1:19 p.m. on the 5th of August. That's a long one, isn't it? You can print your list, you can export it, save it, print it as a picture and have it handy. And that's how you easily see when your void of course moons are. So that's it from me today. I hope you found that useful.